Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm here. I'm moving my flip-flops around so I can turn and sit the right way, and let me bring my coffee over. This looks messy, I know. This is a towel that I use when I'm out here working. I have some little glass sample pieces that I recently picked up, and well, when I say picked up, I should say that I purchased, because you know sometimes I go on nature walks and pick up broken glass. And well, this is actually a selection of glass samples, and I know I want to use these in some artwork. They're really pretty, but they had paper labels on them that were quite stuck with glue, and I just tossed these into my my wash basin out by the greenhouse to let them soak for a few days. I kind of forgot they were out there, and I was just working on the vlog and happened to see the basin that was full of water and pine needles, and I thought, oh yeah, I need to pull these out and clean them up. So you can see these are really pretty little pieces of glass. Get them all dried off and get all the rest of the debris from the glue. Oh, they're so pretty. Like, I just love the spots, the patterns. Very neat. Now that looks like, I don't remember having just a piece of glass. I feel like these are in layers. Do you see that? Maybe I should not have soaked them like that, because I feel like this came apart. But that's okay. I can always use a piece of glass like this. We're going to make something. We're going to make something really neat. The first thing I'm going to do is draw around this Sucret's box, so that I can cut an image out to go inside. Okay, I'm back, and I actually have a few things together here on the desk for some assembly or assemblage. I love making art pieces, even beyond art journals, and I've always felt like I would explode if I couldn't make things. So art has done a lot for me through the years to help keep me sane. Now this is a tiny little label I just printed, and I'm going to try to put it where maybe you can see it. Right here. It says Little Miracles. I have this tiny glass bottle, and this actually came from the Dollar Tree. The last time I was there, they had these and they had these. The glass to me doesn't feel as sturdy as some glass bottles. I don't know if that makes sense. I think it does if you work with any kind of art at all. But I think for standing somewhere in an art piece, you know, not necessarily letting this hang where it's going to bump against things, I think it's fine for this kind of art. And it might be fine for everything. But this tiny little label, it says Little Miracles. And I took the inside of that bottle and just sprayed some water in there and then dropped some glitter inside. So I'm hoping that the glitter is going to stay stuck to the wall of the glass on the inside like that. Maybe I'll take the cork out for now to let it get some air. Now I want to distress this just a tiny bit. And again, I'm out of my vintage photo, but I know I have some other colors like this chocolate chip that I think will do the trick. Inside of this Sucret's container, I remember taking Sucret's, you know, and you can use any kind of box like this that flips open. I'm planning to do some more work to the outside. I started sanding it a little bit, and then I stopped. I'm a little bit impatient. I want to work on the inside of this today. And what I am making is a tiny little altar box. And I hope that doesn't offend anybody. I'm not going to worship this box. I just love religious ephemera. I love the artwork of the Renaissance, the Middle Ages. Now, I didn't mean to let that fall on there. We shall see if I can lighten that up in a way so that we can see the words clearly. Ay, ay, ay. I should have printed more than one. I might go ahead and use that because I know what it says. And you can definitely read the word miracles there. So I'm going to just attach this with a little bit of Mod Podge. I need to buy some more Mod Podge. I'm almost out. So let's put little miracles on the bottle. Things like this are really sweet to me. I know last year when I started the Halloween journal, the witch journal, I got a comment about it being sacrilegious and I was playing witch and hurting people, and I answered that comment. I believe that God is big enough and strong enough to save us without emblems. Emblems might not be the right word. I'm not talking about the sacrament or whatever it's referred to. I mean pieces, objects. He doesn't need objects to be able to save us, and we don't need objects. I respect that people use different ways to remind themselves to pray, or I don't know. I just think that our relationship with God is very personal, and to me it's very important. And so I don't want this to offend anybody. I was not offended by that person's comment about the Halloween journal. I could respect what she was saying, but I also had to defend myself in that instance and say this is art, and it's really a lot about the history of, even the religious persecution of people who weren't witches. There's so much now we know about science, and like even the Salem witch trials, there was I think it was a mold that was rampant in some of the grains, and it could cause you to act crazy if you got poisoned with that. And now they think that maybe one particularly rough season with that, dealing with that mold or bacteria or whatever it was, could have been right smack dab in the middle of the witch trials. So it was mostly that journal for me was about learning and exploring, and witches, that always ties in with Halloween in October. So I'm making this little altar. I hope you can see it okay. These are from 2 really old postcards, and the art is even older. I will try to remember to share in the description what this is, the artist and everything. But it's musical angels is what it says. And I'm putting some wooden beads, really pretty wooden beads, on this gold cord to kind of resemble a rosary. And I want to just glue these in around some part of this. I need to leave a space for this to sit. I know I started out washing the glass, and I really thought that I might use some of this glass and ended up not doing it. Now that I like that. I still may use a piece, but the really thick glass, I tried standing it in here and I didn't like the way that was looking. So what if, and right now I'm just looking for different ways to assemble all of this. I love the word assemblage. Isn't it a cool word? I printed a tiny little image of the Virgin Mary and the Christ child that I'm going to try to incorporate into the rosary. And maybe I could use one of these little veils. I think that's what they're called. I forget so easily. I think I'll go ahead and attach one of these. I bought these to be able to use with the dominoes, and I've got a couple of these drying right now. I know I sent some dominoes out in the fun packs. They're going out today. So I thought I would go ahead and put these aside to let them cure. I want to use these in my journal. that I'm working on. Okay, let me quit talking for a second and get out the E6000 again, if I can find it. Is it right in front of me? Yeah. And we will glue this into place so that this can hang from part of this representation of a rosary. That's going to be pretty. So this is really, really simple. I saved a photo from Google and then shrunk it down to really, really tiny, smaller than a postage stamp. And where did those stickers go? Maybe I put them away, which would be, that would be, talk about a miracle. Desk. Oh no, here they are on the desk. I had these stickers that, I had these stickers that, you know, they make something look a little magnified. These are fun to use. I like keeping these around to go over the top of images and junk journals. They're very adhesive, they stick really nicely, and I put it over the top of this and then just trimmed it to fit, which you can do. So I recommend these. I'll try to put a link to these in the description as well. And I think this would be pretty hanging from this little rosary. Let's start perhaps thinking about how we're gonna do this. I might want to have this just hanging down. I need to keep the bottom open. So why don't I go ahead and, I think I'm gonna go ahead, no, I'm not gonna knot that yet. Never mind. Or maybe I'll put just a loose knot to keep these from sliding off. And I like this enough here. I kind of like that. But then if that's hanging there and this is here, the jar of little miracles can go here. The rosary could travel around, and maybe that could hang. What if it was like, okay, so if that does, if I did knot that right there, that would allow me to this could actually hang. Okay, I think I see how I want to do this. I'm going to add I don't think I need to add any more beads. So let me show you what I'm thinking. Get untangled from this. And I'm going to make a loop here and tie. Ooh, not yet though. Not yet. Hello. I hope this is dry enough to go ahead and hold. It's going to be laying down a lot, so it's going to give it more time. I'm going to tie this on a loop so that it can hang, but not hang, you know, bumping up against one of the walls. So let's go ahead and tie this. We're just going to knot that into place, and that'll leave the loop. Well, I know what I want to do. There, I'm pulling both pieces. I think if I just pull this, it's going to close it up. So we want this to hang about, oh, I might have made it too. No, I think that's going to be okay. Now let's get back with this cement on this desk. It has so much on it. that I don't see what's right in front of me. I'm going to have to buy some more of this. I don't think I've kept it closed properly, and it has dried up. Not dried up, but it's gotten thicker, I think. But that's okay, as long as it does what we want it to do. So I'm going to start with this very first bead and just push that into the cement. And then we're going to need more cement. I don't like to breathe this stuff. And I know you're not supposed to. I don't really want to use my hands to spread that around. So let's push the beads right into that. And we'll make that knot a little tighter. Might need one more spot of glue in there to get that one into place. You know what? Now I realize that I should have made this a little bit tighter, a little bit shorter. So let's see if we can undo this. Oh yeah, look at that. It is just sliding like a, wait, how is that gonna hang? Actually, that's okay. That is okay. Now that I've moved everything around and disrupted my glue up there, I'm gonna put in a little bit more. And I want to keep it hidden. I don't want everything to look messy. I'm really not doing a very good job of that so far. There, that's not bad. And then we can come back. I like to use this old, ooh, let's close this up and get it out of the way. I might turn my fan on. Got the fan going and opened my studio door. So I will just use this to pull out some of the glue that we can see. To me, that's one of the, you know, when you see maybe cheap mass-produced art, that's one of my least favorite things, is to see a bunch of hot glue. And I'm afraid some of it's going to show in this, but that's okay. I think, you know, you understand a little bit. And maybe on the next one I will know more what I want to have happen. And we won't have this. I love working on things like this. It's, you know, it's similar to a junk journal because you're adding layer after layer and it's a thinking process. I love to just get lost in a story. I always learn when I'm making something like this because I start looking things up, I start printing bits of art. Okay, I'm going to cut that because I don't want that hanging or standing too far out into the space we're working with. I need to think about this. You know what, if I, let's go ahead and get that really strong. Let's go ahead and get the glue out again. I have an idea for this. I do like this. I'm going to use this. I'm going to put a spot of this glue on all four corners. And we're going to put it right over the top part of that. Press that down. Now that's kind of cool that you can see it there. And the way I'm going to cover that is, you know, and I hope this doesn't get so, we're not going to worry too much about having it completely closed right now. Or maybe I should. I don't know. Yeah, that's not going to close all the way, but that's okay because this is going to be sitting up. I definitely needed to do that though to show you if you want to make something that'll close, like if you wanted to gift somebody something like this and you want it to be able to close, you need to think about how big the items are that are going in. Now these are more of the clear stickers. These are round, and I went ahead and checked that I had enough of the letters to do the word love. And I could go around this way or this way, and I'm going to go L-O-V-E. So that kind of covers up the glue, and it gives it more, just more interest. And one of the things, I pulled out this little charm that has a 3 on it because we know that Jesus rose on the 3rd day. Also really liked this over the glass. So maybe I will put that. We will figure it all out. So the little miracles, I do really want a tiny bit more staining on that white paper. I should have printed it on cream color paper, but that's okay. I'll do that next time. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. There, so you can still see that it says miracles. And I want this to stand right in here. So we're going to put some of this E6000 on the bottom of that jar and just put it right in here. And you know what? Actually, I'm taking that right back out because I want to put some lace in the bottom. And we have all sorts of lace back here. Okay, right on top. I found a piece right away. So let's just cut some of that edge. Door closed. Let me open my shop door again. Really don't want to breathe those fumes. Really, really beautiful outside. So I just want enough. Let's measure here. Need about that wide, or that long I should say. And how deep do we need this? And here we go again with the glue. Not the right piece. There it is. Ooh, that just fit right in there. And let's sort of move that around and get it the way we want it. Wipe this glue off of my hands. One of the things when I worked in toxicology at Duke, and I was in a clerical job there, not anything scientific, but the toxicologist did a lot of studying of dangerous chemicals like toluene and I can't even think of all of them right now. Phthalates, things that we don't want to be exposed to. And it was really interesting. I think I've told you before, that is the office where the ACMI, Arts and Crafts Materials or something, that's where that little stamp on crayons, things like that, that office is right here in Durham over at Duke University Medical Center. And I worked in that office for a while. I left there when I was pregnant with my 3rd child. That's when I decided to go home because paying daycare for 3 kids and just, I don't know, I really wanted to be home with them. So that was a good choice for me. So now we've got part of the rosary with that beautiful little charm hanging. We have the glass here. We've got our jar that says Little Miracles, and I think I'll stick the cork in that again for right now. Look how that just adds every layer just keeps adding and adding to the interest, things for us to look at and admire. And then we have the two musician angels. Now I need to think of a way to put this in. And I don't know, I don't really want it touching that thing. It could potentially go behind. I like it back there. That's going to add even more stuff. Let's just glue that in right behind the little emblem. So listen, there is a video that I watched this morning, and I know I need to take better care of myself. I was so emotionally sick when I left my husband, and a lot of you don't know this, but I was married twice, and I was so sick when I left Thomas, the father of my children. I married him when I was young, and he was my one husband, and I only wanted one husband. I only wanted one family. But I was verbally abused for the whole time. I was, I don't want to badmouth him, but I was not treated right in any form. So when I left him, I was so sick. I didn't even know who I was anymore. And that happens when you lose yourself in an abusive relationship. I married way too quickly, and I consider it the biggest mistake of my life. I don't even talk about it because I don't think I was even myself. I think I was very terrified. I think I was very hurt. I think I was starved for any kind of positive attention, whether it was really good for me in the long run or not. I just didn't even know which way was up. Now, what am I getting at? There was a reason for telling you this. Oh, I know what I was talking about. Good gracious. Okay, I got it. The video. I watched a video. So when I was when I was raising my children, I feel like I took really good care of myself. I drank a lot of infusions from herbs from the garden, and all sorts of healthy salads, and I took my supplements. I exercised pretty much every day. And then, I don't know, after the second marriage and just that, and it didn't last long. It just should have never been. But again, I try to be forgiving with myself, and God knows what kind of shape my mind and my heart were in. But I've just recently started trying to focus in a large way on taking care of myself. I've been eating way too many cookies. I've been eating way too many calories late at night. Haven't exercised like I should. But there's a channel called, I think it's Fabulous 50s or something. I will link that. One of the recent I don't know how recent it is. I recently watched it. One of the videos talks about broccoli sprouts and just how good they are for us. And I want to make those. I want to incorporate those into my diet every day. So I will put a link to that too. That was pretty interesting. I am loving this so much. Now I got to do something to the outside. I put alcohol ink around here and let it soak in. I could add more of that. I really like that look. And what I need is more of the rust colored. So let's just, definitely don't want to mess up the inside of this. I might leave children's there. I don't know. There's something about that I like. So let's put that on the bottom. Here I go doing something that could end up being really messy. It could lead to a sad accident or a happy one. So let's just go ahead and be proactive and wipe off some of some of the excess. I'll be keeping this for an art journal. So what was I saying? Ooh, that's pretty. Linda, that came from the fabric you gave me. And I think I will put that in there. I just love all of these layers. We're almost ready for the final touch. On the outside, at least. Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that yet because I need to figure out the front. And I'm impatient. This is not something that I want to spend 2 weeks on. It's not something I want to spend 2 days on because I need to move on to the next thing. And I have some wonderful things to list in the shop. So let's look at the outside of this. I could totally just put another image. And I like the way that black, where did I put it? I like the way that's looking. What is this? I have some blue. I don't think I want blue. Although, I do like the pink. What is this? That's pool. That's stone washed. I don't really want either one of the blues. I love alcohol ink. It's just crazy good to me. Let's let that, and I love the smell. I think the vanilla in it makes me think of like vanilla extract. I mean the alcohol in it. Get that strong sort of alcohol smell. There's a lot on there. Ooh, I like the way that looks. And what we're going to do while we keep looking at the inside is just open this up, lay it back out. This can be doing some drying. I love this. I love this little altar so much. I really, really like the way this is turning out. Now, the last thing, so I have another little, this is an angel, and it's like another musician angel. I think, wait, hang on. I think this one's better. The other one was, the instrument was broken. I want this to stand on top because this is going to stand up in my art studio or in yours. This may go in the shop. And what is on the bottom of this? It seems to have glue or wax. See that? Okay, that's all right. So let's get this strong glue out one more time. And do we want that to sit on a piece of lace on the top? Or is that going to be too much lace? I think I just like it on the black, actually. It's almost like it's standing on the outside of a building on some concrete. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some more of this glue. I've let it get really thick. I think it had a hole in the bottom for a while down here. That's why it's rolled up and you can see where the glue was coming out. And I feel like air got to it. I guess. I don't know. All right, so look at that. I really like that. Let's see if I can turn it where you can get a better view. That's really pretty. I like that a lot. So I'm going to put that somewhere where it can completely dry. And I will maybe put this in the shop. Thank you so much for joining me for this little assemblage adventure. Let's look at the front. That's pretty. I like that color in there. I may do some more to this, but we're done for now. Let's move that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon. Bye for now.